My name's Ronald Eleveld. I'm the chairman of the Windsor Republican Town Committee. I've got John Ahern, who's our vice chairman, with me today. Windsor is a town that's heavily Democratic and has been run and controlled by the Democrats now for over 20 years. And in that time frame, we've seen consistent increases in taxes year in and year out, more so on the Board of Education side, again, depending upon how you want to look at the numbers, at almost 4 times the inflation rate. There have been issues in the last several years with the Board of Education, comments made by the President of the Board of Education that would make one wonder about the quality of education in Windsor. The bottom line for the voters and for the residents is after 20 years of consistently increasing taxes and consistently increasing costs, are our students getting a better education? And the state of Connecticut has told us absolutely not. We are an at-risk school district. That having been said, the voters in Windsor really need to reconsider their allegiance to the majority party, the Democratic Party, because for 20 years they've seen higher taxes. Over the last 20 years, the majority party, the Democratic Party, has controlled Windsor's expenditures in the Board of Education and on the Town Council. The Board of Education has had its challenges over the last year, and those challenges are hurting the residents and more so the students, and more so than that, the minority students. Our expenditures on the Board of Education are rising at 2 or 3 or 4 times the rate of inflation. That's 2 or 3 times faster than your ability to pay those bills based upon your income. These issues are all starting to come to a head, and the residents no longer can afford to consistently spend more and more money and get less results. So we are working very hard to effect a new regime, for lack of a better term, a change in the people that are controlling the system. If you're voting the same old people in, even the same old party, you cannot expect change. As Albert Einstein had said, his definition of insanity was to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. To continue to vote Democratic, and there are great Democrats out there, but to continue to vote Democratic and expect a change will not be successful. We recommend that you look at voting Republican. We have great candidates who are very fiscally conservative, who want to control spending, and who want to improve the results in the school districts, and that's why we need your vote. The Windsor Republican Town Committee meets every month on the 3rd Thursday of the month at 7:30, right behind me at Windsor Town Hall. We invite anyone, Republican or unaffiliated voter, to come down and join our meetings. They are generally open to the public, and we're more than welcome to listen to your input.
It sounds like an elephant just right behind us there.
Yes, that is our pet elephant, but if we allow you to take a picture, they'll charge us extra.
Now, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Is the enrollment in your school system increasing or declining over the last several years?
It has declined consistently for the last 15 years. In 15 years' time, we've lost over 1,200 students, and that number continues to decline every single year.
Now, where's the families going that have those kids? Are they leaving Windsor or are they leaving Connecticut?
Well, we are finding 2 issues occurring. One is it's what they call a bright flight, which are the smartest students in the school system are going to private schools. That represents a portion of it. Part of it is demographics, as there are just fewer kids, but also part of it is, and we hear it over and over again, people are leaving Connecticut and moving elsewhere. I actually had a young lady tell me about a year ago she wanted to run for the Board of Education. I spoke to her 2 months ago, and she informed me she wasn't going to run. And I asked, why? Why would you not consider running? And she said, my husband and I are looking at moving out of state within the next 6 months. We're hunting for jobs elsewhere in the country. Why? Because Connecticut has become unfriendly to businesses and the tax rates are higher. People don't understand. If you want to beat up businesses and tax them and make them, put more rules and more laws and regulations in place, those businesses have opportunities to go elsewhere in the country. And when they leave, those jobs leave. Just look at Hamilton Sunstrand. I believe it was over 100 executives left. My guess is that about 600 people lost their jobs, and the state of Connecticut lost probably somewhere in the neighborhood of $5 million of tax revenue because those incomes are now in North Carolina.
Now, are you worried that the IRS might see this video and come after you?
We are all